Hello, everyone. Sorry about the interruption that happened earlier. It was just about trying to make sure that the quality of the video and the audio is perfect, and so that we can hear each other very, very well. I'm still here with our guest, Mr. Audu Maikori, the Group CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Chocolate City Group. Now, they don't produce chocolate, they produce music. They have different arms of their organization. I'm sure that Mr. Maikori is going to be telling us that. As a matter of fact, I think one of the person I want to know is, how did you even come about Chocolate City? Where did the word come from? We're live on YouTube on this platform now. We're waiting for Instagram. But
okay, yeah, okay. Because I was watching out for the Instagram. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's the best way to put it. I really don't know. Because literally what happened was that we were in a brainstorming session trying to come up with a name for our business venture.
The Instagram is live.
Okay. So let me check that again.
Can you see me on Instagram now?
I'm trying to log in as well. Okay, I can see you now. Yeah. Yeah. So
yes,
I guess
I can see you now.
I should mute this one, right? I should mute the and go to talk on Instagram.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to silence this.
Okay.
And so that we can hear each other very. I just lost you on Instagram again. Literally, the thing just shut up. That's the technology. Technology is very good, it's beneficial, but also comes with its own challenges.
Like anything in
checking
life.
Connection and
yeah.
Yes.
No, I think we should just go ahead. I mean, we might as well, because I know you have some other guests.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, might as well just go ahead.
You're talking about
yeah. So as I was saying, that what happened was that we're brainstorming we're trying to create a name, and we've been throwing different names for almost like an hour. This one, that one, and then I don't know where that came from. I must have read it somewhere, or I don't know. But when I was thinking about the name, I was like, okay, I've never thought of us as black people. We're chocolate-colored people, right? We're not black. We're chocolate. And speaking as a painter myself, I know the difference between black and chocolate. We're definitely not black. We're chocolate-colored people. And a city is a place that has all their What?
Like Wole Soyinka calls it West African sepia.
Exactly.
Like Wole Soyinka calls our color West African sepia.
It is. But what's interesting about chocolate is that it comes from the word cocoa. And cocoa is a West African product. So for me, it depicted more than just a name that sounds sweet or cool. It is the true color of who we are. And I feel that what you call yourself determines what you might be. So if you keep saying you're a black person, and black connotes sadness and darkness, then you remain a black people. But when you say that you're chocolate colored, which is a really sexy and cool name, then you're perceived differently. So I call myself chocolate, and I'm sure you're chocolate too as well. So so that's the idea. And the idea was to create a space where people can achieve their dreams, right? And with no judgment. And so Chocolate City really never made a record label. There's a lot of misconception about Chocolate City. Chocolate City has a record label, but we are not a record label. Right? We're not. We're a 360 conglomerate. And that has manifested in how we've transformed ourselves over the past 15 years, from what we were then known and what we are to what we are today.
So the other part of it is that, you remember that in 2010 or 2011 thereabout, or 2013, under the Jonathan government, they rebased the economy, and then Nigeria became the largest economy in Africa after the rebasing due to capturing the creative industry. The reality is that as much as the creative industry is lucrative, it's still not profitable. What exactly is the problem? Why is the industry still not as profitable as it should be? Yes, you have some people who are making good money, they're getting paid for good shows, but there's still a lot of people in the industry who are not cashing out yet. People are spending so much on making movies, and not every movie is a Chief Daddy kind of record-breaking, box office-breaking movie. What's the challenge with the creative industry? That it's not yet profitable for many of the actors. And when I mean actors, I don't mean,
I get you. Look, there are many issues, bro. There are many issues, and I think this is the role where government needs to take responsibility. The truth is that creative industry, in one word or in two words, means intellectual property. That's what it means. Intellectual property. And intellectual property means major things. Three things: valuation, protection, enforcement. Right? We don't have the environment where intellectual property is valued properly, enforced properly, and protected properly. And because of that, we cannot capture the full value of what we're creating. You are using right now StreamYard.com. It is protected by intellectual property. Some people put together this idea that's made it easy for you to stream simultaneously across multi-platforms, right? If you infringe on this copyright today, make a case in America against you, and I can prove my case, you're going to jail. Simple. You cannot bribe your way out as easily. You can, but it's going to cost you so much. And even if you survive one court, when I go to the superior court, I'll still get you if you're liable. But the laws are so well enforced, they don't play with copyright protection. If you watch a movie, if you watch any of those old movies that you used to have on CDs before, you see FBI warning, right? I don't know if you've seen that in the beginning of every movie, you see an FBI warning that says, this is something of copyright. If you do it, you pay $500,000 plus jail.
I'm on Instagram Live now.
Okay. So you say that if you do such and such, you're risking a jail term for making a legal copy of a film, a program, or whatever it is, or a song. This is why the economy works. Now, what we have is a place whereby courts don't even understand intellectual property. They don't even understand what it means. So let me show you how we've gotten it wrong.
Yes.
How we invest. Okay, so how you know?
Okay, I see you in now. I'm going to add you in.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So the way you measure the success, is that me now or you? I don't know what's going on. Is that me or you?
I'm waiting for you.
Protection, enforcement.
Okay.
Success. Is that me now or you?
Yeah, I've requested already, but it says live pause.
I'm waiting for you now. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. I've sent a request, so it's for you to accept.
Okay. I sent you a request as well.
So I don't know what's going on. Is that for me now?
Okay. Let me find you again. I think I'll have to change my internet service provider.
You definitely have to. You have to. You have to. Because these things can get tricky. Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah. So
I will try on my iPhone.
Okay, using your iPhone now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if today you go to an oil well and you steal petroleum products, can you go home after that? In 10 seconds, police will round you up. They'll throw you in jail. Oil companies will suit very quickly. Before you know it, you're in jail, you're finished. You can spend how many years in jail? If you go and steal Omoni Oboli's latest movie with RMD today, you can pay a fine of 100,000 naira and go away. Literally. Right? The prosecution is not serious. So what we've done is a classic failure of business strategy, right? Is that business is built around three cornerstones. You create value, you deliver value, you capture value. In Nigeria, we're doing two, but we're not capturing value. If I cannot be paid for my intellectual property, then I have failed totally in doing my business. What I'm doing is charity. So those of us who are investing in the creative industries, we're doing charity for the most part because we're not getting our due. We have to rely on America to give us revenue for our streams. You know, people have to go to Netflix to put their content before you get money from the product they've created. Meanwhile, you have a market of 200 million people, and you're not selling to them. You're going outside to go and sell. Makes no sense. So we treat oil products, right? We're creating oil here, where we bring out crude, then we refine it internationally, then we bring it back to us, and they sell at a higher price. So we're still relying outside for outside input for us to eat. No country can survive in that way. And that is why our GDP, the poverty rates, and unemployment are skyrocketing because we're not able to generate enough locally, and we're reliant on global people to generate revenue. And that's why Nigeria's the dollar is suffering now. Now there's no crude oil happening. The crude oil prices have crashed. That affects our budget automatically, you know, and because of that, we're in trouble. But I can tell you that creative industries is a new oil. It's a new crude oil.
So let me take you away from that a bit. You're in the business of talent. You're in the business of selling talent, refining talent, and harnessing talent. So let me go basic for also our viewers, in particular, young people who may be watching us. How do I, this is it. Everybody claims to be able to sing. What do I need to have to be able to commercialize my voice? What are the tips to commercializing I think that's a question I want to ask. What are the tips to commercializing my voice? To know that I can actually, I sing in the bedroom. Does that mean that I should release a record label? Should I, an album? And then also, please, you know, I try to play the devil's advocate sometimes. I know a lot of sisters in church and brothers who should learn this. How do I take that, my CD, from just selling to my church members to making it something that radios want to have airplays and people want to see me and I can get shows and all of that?
I mean, that's look, anybody can sing. Even I can sing, but not
I
very.
think I'm doing well on now.
So I can't hear you.
I switched away from my Wi-Fi now, so I think I'm doing well on Instagram now. I switched away from my Wi-Fi to my data.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, most times I just advise you to just do the data thing. It's more direct. It's a bit more expensive, but it's better. Okay, let's try again. Let's see if it works this time. I'm not seeing your live. Okay, I see you now. So are you on now? Are you on?
Yes, I'm live now.
I don't know what's going on.
Yes, I'm live on Instagram.
On Insta. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. All right. Okay, I can see you now.
I see you. Perfect. I just added you.
Okay.
Let's hope it work well this time. It can be really frustrating.
It is. It is. It can be. Let's see what happens. What happens? Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So we're talking about the business of talent, and what do I do that I can commercialize my voice, and also What do I need to do to be able to go from doing that crazy and sharing it to my church members who buy half of PT to support me to actually becoming someone that people want to invest into?
I mean, look, there are different ways to but the truth is that if you ask every average person, everybody feels they can sing. And that's why I remember when I was doing Nigerian Idol, it was so funny because, God, it was it was ridiculous. Like, you see people coming to perform and they felt that they were talented. They actually felt that they had a chance in hell. And it was a laugh fest for many of us because, I mean, it was just funny seeing someone making a fool of himself, believing they had a talent. So I guess the question is that you should ask how many, I think you do an average, right? Find out how many people actually respond to your music and try that. And that's why social media is interesting. With social media, you can put out something and you're not sure what the reception will be. But you have an audience that will A and R it for you, right? They'll go through the music and say, wow, you're amazing. And you find out that the more people that kind of respond to your music, the more confidence you get to create more. But right now, we're in the era where you have to self-promote. Nobody's going to promote your dream for you. You have to promote yourself. So you have to put yourself out there. Let me give you a simple example. Your CovInspiration series is something that you created in your head, right? And then you've used that platform now to curate all sorts of guests. You're using your resources to make this platform for many people to interact, right? You must have thought about it. You must have socialized the idea. And some people may have said, oh, this sounds like a good one. Some people said it was crap. But you use your judgment and said, look, let me go with that. And you kept on pushing. And now you've built this huge platform. I think it's the same way in the music industry that you have to keep trying. You have to keep refining. And even if you're good, you can be better. The other day I was talking with Femi Kuti and was telling me he practices 6 hours every day. 6 hours every day, apart from his normal 2-week sessions. 6 hours every day. So I think the question is that you need to keep improving. Even if you're good, you can be better. Even if you've gotten better, you can be much better than what you are. And then put yourself out there. You don't know who will find you and who will pick you up. Think about Candy Blix, for example. If she was satisfied with singing in the bathtub like Dayo, we wouldn't have found out today, right? So the difference is that she got out of the bathroom, unlike you, Dayo, and she came out and started singing. And people were like, well, you have something, and that led to what her career is. So you must believe in yourself first, and then take a chance on yourself, and then people will take a chance on you.
So at that many times that you ever felt disappointed, you felt that you felt like giving up.
All the time. All the time. All the time, man. All the time. And I think what's interesting about these things is that I've said before that success is about stamina. It's just about stamina. There's somebody's tweet that I think I saw it on DeBrante's page or somebody. I think it was DeBrante's page. He said that toilet paper didn't know it would ever blow. You see, everything is time and chance. Because toilet paper blew during COVID, right? Around the world, toilet paper was the most sought after thing. But guess what? More than petrol. More expensive. So what I'm saying is that it's about stamina. And I'm saying that when you do business, there are times that you're frustrated. There are times that, and if you listen to our series about record labels and artists, it's a very difficult investment. You're investing in people, not in the building, not in the infrastructure, but in human beings. And these human beings have their emotions and things like that. And sometimes they can respond in that way. So for me, we've had many times that we said, no, we're not doing it anymore. We're going to go back and invest in real estate property or do the legal stuff or just do other things. But we keep coming back because, like I said, this is an empowerment tool for people. It changes lives and it has the potential to change the perception. And Dayo, I mean, you've traveled quite globally, that one of the biggest things that Nigeria has going on for itself today is the creative sector. It's our fashion makers, it's the filmmakers, the musicians that are making a different reputation for Nigerians apart from 419 and email scams. So we can't let it die. We need to keep encouraging them. And that's why we want a younger generation of people to also come and join us, invest. But we need the infrastructure to make it worthwhile. Because trust me, if I had this company in America, I'd have been a multi-billionaire years ago. Right? I'm not doing badly, but I could have been really, really rich because it will protect my investment. My investment in Nigeria is not really protected, and that's a fact.
What would you never invest in? What business would you never try? Would you never attempt? You wouldn't even go near it. And why?
Airline business. Airline business is the worst business in the world. Typically, it has the lowest margins. It's about 5% margins. It's very turbulent. No pun intended, but it is because literally there's so much subsidy that you have to do. There's so many, and it's so cash intensive. And if you look at it, they're the ones who have worse here. So forget COVID. Before COVID, the last recession, airlines had problems as well. If you look at the trajectory for most airline businesses over the past 10, 15 years, the margins are like 5% compared to 13.5% for 26% for pharmaceuticals, for healthcare products. And I advise that if you're looking for money, you are looking for a quick way to lose money, go into airline business. you should.
Your mic is covered.
Oh, okay. Let me hold that. Okay, is this better now?
Yeah, this is better.
Okay. Yeah. So I was saying that if you're looking for a way to lose money quickly, go into airline business. That's the fastest way to lose money.
What is the 5 management lessons that you've learned from this COVID period? The last 2 months of COVID.
The first lesson is that
Something that you've
yeah. So the first thing I've learned is that a leader must be able to be ahead of all the information from a global, local, and internal perspective, right? Ahead of everyone else in the office. Because if you don't have those lenses, you may be caught up and not see the bigger picture, right? So that's one major lesson I learned. The second thing I learned too is that it's important to communicate consistently with your team and keep them apprised of a crisis situation, right? And it's difficult most times because sometimes you don't want to lose their confidence. Sometimes you're not sure what to reveal and what not to reveal. But you're better off communicating openly and effectively as usual, as consistently as possible. The third thing I found out is, well, I've always known, but cash flow is a lifeline of any business. So you need to have cash. You need to have cash in reserves, no matter what happens, for rainy days. And the funny thing about rainy days is that sometimes you don't hear thunder before it rains. And this is what happened with COVID. There was no thunder, it just happened, and before you know it, whole lives were changed and people's perceptions, and you had to deal with it. The fourth thing is that you must build systems. You must build very, very proper systems, because without a system, when there is a crisis, the first thing to go is the system. So the rigidity of the system is what holds strong. And because you have because then you now have a chain of command that you can deploy new instructions in a way that wields immediate results. When you have no structure, you have to start thinking, who will do what? When will they do it? Where are they? How? There's so many questions to build. And then the fifth thing I've learned is that there's nothing as powerful as a team. There's nothing as powerful as a team. Nothing as powerful as a team, especially when the team has a defined and clear collective ambition. Because collective ambition is everything. If we all have the same mindset that we want to excel and keep our company afloat or keep our customers happy, and so then the next question is how do we do that? But if you're not sure whether your priority is your customers, your clients, your profit, your shareholders, when it's not clear what that objective is, then your business will lose traction regardless. Hello, are you there?
What about diversification?
Okay. Oh.
One thing I like about diversification.
Yeah.
Sorry, it might be the sound. Sorry about diversifying.
Yeah.
But was there any lesson about that? Multiple pieces of income diversifying in this kind of economy.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's yeah. So currently, I have 4 verticals in my company, right? We have the music and the record label. We have a media company. We have a music publishing company. We have a company that does live events and food, CCX Lagos and CCX Abuja. And then we also have, a consulting and creative agency that deals with brands, Premier Cards, Martell, blah 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 blah. Out of these 4 verticals, 2.5 of them were not bringing money anymore in this period because they're very hinged on interface, like people going out, people physically being in a place for us to generate money. So what we did quickly, almost 6 weeks ago, and I think we're one of the first companies to actually start working remotely. Because immediately I saw where I was going, I told my guys, I said, we need to shut down. But we need to now start pivoting how we do operations. So some of the business, what we did was, like our food and beverage business, what we decided was focus on deliveries, cut down every other thing that was important, reduce the staff, right? And be able to focus on delivering pizzas and fish. That's it. Because people would like to eat food regardless of lockdown. And they're tired of eating about all the time. So they might want to try something.
That's the only thing you can do for yourself.
Exactly.
You can't wear any clothes that, you can't dress up and go somewhere.
Yeah.
But the least you can eat well.
Yeah. So we had to do that. And then for the other business, we now looked at that. There's no live music coming from, no live revenue coming from live music. So no more shows, right? So what you have to do is focus on streaming music and releasing content and promoting it better digitally so we can make money from streams. And then making sure that we have a strong online presence so that when we get out of this, you can leverage the new followers and the new engagement into future money, And then the other thing that I'm involved in, I mentioned that to you on the call, is this esports thing. And before that, we were working on the curriculum. We're actually working with the government of Barbados at that time. And now we're supposed to have physically gone to do a class. And then now we've had to pivot and change it to be online instead. And now create like visuals and video stuff to teach the kids instead of physically doing that. So the thing that you learn about business is that you must always be thinking ahead and you must be ready to pivot at any time. Because if you're not flexible about so again, and this is my advice to any entrepreneur out there, be clear about your objective, but be flexible about your methods. Because methods can change all the time. And so circumstances may change that. But if your objective is clear, then you find a way around it to deliver the substance and not just the form of the objective.
Substance and not just the objective.
Not the form. Let me say some form, not substance.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest challenge the creative industry in Nigeria in particular is having at the moment? In particular, looking at what's happening with COVID, are they digitalized enough? Are they able to harness on, of course, digitalization and the digital economy to be able to capture? Everybody now is doing free streaming, doing online. Is the money really coming? Are they doing it well?
I think it's difficult. I won't lie to you. I think people are just getting engaged. And I think one of the lessons I've learned during COVID is that people just need to keep their clientele and customers engaged, right? Let them know you're alive. Let them know they are still breathing. It's important. But in terms of monetizing, some are, but I don't think we're doing it enough because think about the spending capital. Like how much access do people have to data? How many people can actually stream this conversation we're having for an hour comfortably without it being expensive to their pockets? It's quite expensive. Data isn't cheap. So I don't think we're there yet. And I think that we're not prepared. And I don't think we're looking for local solutions for our problems. We're thinking that, because in America, they say, oh, stay at home, stream all you want to, do online school. Yes. But what is the cost of online school in America? You can get a fantastic data plan for $30 a year, a month, right? You can get all the data you can consume for $40, $50. In Nigeria, that's 18,000 naira. 18,000 naira is going to buy you 2 gig, right, of high-speed internet. After that, you're done. So I want us to look inward as a country. We need to look inward because we are thinking of things in very textbook-like manners. I'm not thinking about how it applies to the average Nigerian. Government needs to focus on the average Nigerian. And that average Nigerian is not you or me. It's people who cannot afford what we and I are going through. Wow, where did that come from? Well, that's a very random question from nowhere. We're talking about creative, then you now go to political. Wow, what a shoot. I don't know. Am I going to be involved in politics? Yes. Am I going to run for office? I don't know. I may or might not, but I definitely am going to be involved in politics because politics is the only way we can change things in a mass scale. And I think Nigeria now needs more people involved in politics to change things. So yeah, I've answered the question.
Before I let you go,
okay.
You finance, you manage creativity. Would you consider yourself creative?
Yeah, I am. I'm very creative. I have a lot of hidden skills that I don't like people to know. But I mean, I paint, I write poetry. I actually used to play the keyboard quite well when I was younger. What else? I even host now. I'm like you. I even host shows now. So I've got a bunch of creative things as well. So yeah, I am a creative. I am.
So talking about you writing, you wrote an article, I am angry and mad. Are you still angry and mad?
I've gone beyond angry. I'm trying to get even right now. Because I realize that anger is a temporary solution to a bigger problem. And in my way, I find out that there are different ways to skin a cat. That's why I'm saying that don't be stuck on the form. If I want to change Nigeria, most people will say, I need to be governor of my state or president to change things. It's not true. Right? Because a Dangote today is as powerful as some governors, if not more. A Femi Otedola can do things in a state that governors can't do. So my approach is that whatever place I find myself, I empower people and at least encourage them to change their society around them. And then, I mean, so for me, it's like I'm not angry anymore because I realize that there's a system that's been there for years. It's not going to change because I'm angry. It will change because I want to get even. And that evenness is mobilizing younger people, getting people into office and getting them involved in political decisions. People like yourself, you ran for office, and what you've done now, instead of getting angry that you didn't win your chairmanship position, which wanted you to win, you've now gone into getting your hands dirty and fixing things. So when you begin to run for governor in a few years' time, we're there with you because you're proving yourself. It's not enough for people to talk about leadership.
So you don't want to run, but you think I can run?
Of course you're going to run. That's obvious to anybody who sees it. And if you don't run, then you've done yourself and us a disservice. But one thing that I want people to learn from you is that you didn't sit back pouting. What you've done is now gone into a team and making a difference in education for Lagos State. Now, what better way is it to invest in people than education? There's nothing better than that. So I'm saying now that in a few years' time, when you wake up and say, I want to run for governor, you can tell us, I did this, 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 so I can do that. Most angry people say, we hate what they're doing, we hate what they're doing, we hate what they're doing, but they're not doing anything themselves. They're not doing anything. They're just talking about it. So, yeah, that's my view. I think that's how we should take things. We should change things through action, not through talk.
So we should change things, more action,
less
talk. Fine, Maikori. If you had to start over, would you take different paths in your career?
Will I take a different what?
Path in your career.
Would I have taken a different path? Okay, with my career.
Yes. To start over, would you take a different path?
No. And the reason why I say that, of course, everybody says the same thing that I'm saying, but I have a genuine different reason. Is that my career path has been so rich because I've done literally everything. There's nothing I've not done. I've done civil litigation, I've done private litigation, I've done commercial, I've done PPP, I work with government, I work outside government, I work around, so I've had, and that's because of my career path as was. And guess what? You cannot map out that kind of career path. You can't. You cannot sit down and map it out. It's something that happens by virtue of where you are. So in that same position, what I've done with creative industry is much more than what traditional creative industry people have done. Right? So creative industry is just a path. It's not the end all and be all. So I would say that just following my passion and just following my instincts, and of course with God's guidance, has helped me experience much more than most of my mates have. And if one day, and that's one of the things I'm trying to do in terms of even writing a book and letting people understand, I've done literally everything, and there's much more to do, except for run for office. I've done literally everything. So that might be interesting.
Hashtag Audu 2023.
Maybe not. So it doesn't have to 2023. Maybe a bit later on. There's no rush, because something again, right? What? One thing I find interesting stories around somebody like Donald Duke. Donald Duke became governor very early, right? And after 8 years, what happened? Nothing. It's almost like a waste of who he could have been. So sometimes you want to be the youngest, but it doesn't mean you're going to be the best because you're the youngest. No. So sometimes you need to build up your expertise. You need to take your time and run at the right time. So I don't have a timeline. My focus is build wealth in mind, right? Build myself. And if an opportunity comes to serve, you serve. If it doesn't happen, you serve through others. But service is a must. It just depends on whether you want to be a direct server or an indirect server. Again, I'm not fixed on my form. I'm focused on my substance.
You have a daughter.
No case. I haven't.
So let's imagine that when your daughter, that one letter, you will write to your daughter.
At what stage in my life? At what stage in my life am I writing this?
Okay, so a little daughter at this stage of your life.
Right now, okay. I would say keep your heart pure, right? I would say always focus on how people feel and how you make people feel, and not just about how you feel yourself. I would say don't let people's hate stop you from being a loving person, because what that means is that they won over you. Many of us change our attitude because they treated poorly. Then we say we won't do things because we were hurt, right? But in practice, what it means is that they have won over us because their bad attitude has changed our good behavior. So I would say, do your good behavior, even if it doesn't reap the fruit that you want to. Just keep being good regardless, because that shows that you've overcome good with your good. I will overcome bad with your good.
Would that be the same content you write at 60?
Yeah, it would be the same thing. It wouldn't change because the world doesn't change. The trees and the houses and the things change, but people are the same. People just want to be treated well. Everybody wants to be treated with respect. So just keep being that person.
You should be careful of
Oh
Yoruba demons.
no, that would have already been etched in her brain. From that has been so deeply etched in her brain. I'm like, just beware of YGs. So I'll make sure that she doesn't even go around Yoruba demons at all, And at that time, there'll be DNA checks so that if you have a hint, an inkling, a pint, right, a smidgen, right, a chromosome, right, of Yoruba blood, you're out. We exterminate you. Straight up. No, but let's just say that they're the leaders of the demon tribe. So we have to be careful with them in particular. So we have to be careful with them. So I'm going to keep them away from that. But I mean, in all fairness, Yoruba demons, a lot of them are my former friends. Now a lot of them are my former friends, but now they're my acquaintances. Was I what?
Were you ever a Yoruba demon at any stage of your life?
So first of all, what is a Yoruba demon? Could you please, I mean, since you're one of them, could you tell us what you guys do? Just for clarity, I mean, it would be nice to know a bit about, why don't you tell us about yourself?
I've never been one of them. I've always been a good boy. I'm not, but I like that. I like your comeback.
Could you please tell us what you guys do?
I've never been one of them. Okay, so I skip that.
Let me put this one up because
even though I have to let you do the
yeah.
I'll make the final question on what's the view about Ashwebi?
Of what?
Ashwebi.
Ashwebi. What a strange question. Dayo, you're killing me, man. These are really, really. This interview is, I think, is the most random in a very good way interview because you just go from different angles. Like I can't even see you coming.
Any questions from different questions from different angles, and time does allow me to ask all of them and pick that.
And they're great questions. I think that Ashwebi is a copycat mentality, and it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be. It should be encouraged.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dayo. Yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to having you as well on my show. So I'm coming for you. Remember that.
I didn't hear that.
Wow, the internet. Yeah, so I look forward to having you on my show too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It was great talking to you. I'm very grateful for your time. I look forward to another conversation together. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Everyone, it was great having Mr. Maikori. We'll see you soon with our next guest.